So here we go again. Battery's been pulsed, it's been on charge, and there's nothing. It's just coming up full. Turning the electric start there, and as you can see, nothing is happening except resetting the dash. Annoying. So what we're going to do, take the charger off, have a little bit of a closer look at why the battery's not taking a charge. It's been on pulse for a long time. Normally if you pulse it, put it on to charge, it'll start charging from bottom to top on the charger, and all it's doing is going straight to the top. Ignition's off at this point. I'm just going to see what sort of reading I get, and that's not going to start anything. 12.23. Ignition on, drop straight down, so there's God knows how many dead cells in that battery. That is absolutely toast. Pointless carrying on with it. Just wanted to get a bit more of a close-up on that top of the battery there. Just behind the terminal, has been rubbing on the frame. Like I say, the zip ties are good at keeping the battery up, keeping it straight. But yeah, it's just rubbed straight through on the top. And as you can see down the bottom here, a bit of battery acid that's leaked out the top, straight down the side. Yeah, it's pretty fresh. Which to me says new battery time. So, out with the old. Having a closer look at that little rub through there as it's took the paint off, took the powder coat off the frame. Which is a shame, because these are a good 50-60 quid battery, these ones. But yeah, split the top, will not hold a charge whatsoever. So, here's the new one. About 26, 27 quid off eBay. Cheapest option I could find, as it's going to be a quick flip. Let's get the bad boy stuck in and see what sort of outcome we've got. And I'm just giving that frame a little bit of a tidy up, because I'm going to put some insulating tape at the top. It's like foam stuff, sticky one side, sticky stuff. I might need some on the sides as well. I think I'll just get away with putting some strips at the top. It's nice and thick, really sticky. Bought that to seal some tail lights up on a Mark II Golf when it was leaking in the boot, but as I've got it, up it goes. Let's create some sort of protection. I'm just going to carry on using zip ties to keep this in. Not welding up any brackets, not fabricating a tray in there. I'm literally going to put the tape up, strap the battery back up with some trusty zip ties. Qualified zip tie technician. And we'll see how we look. Now I'm just going to make sure, using the old battery, that the planning is going to work. A bit of tape up there to stop the battery rubbing at the top. It's protected on the far side. As you can see, there's two little pads there for the far side. I'm going to stick a bit down here in the corner. I think the battery's going to touch the corner of the frame, so I don't want it to happen. I'm just weighing up my zip ties, make sure they're all in the right place. It's just going to keep the battery from falling below and hanging on its cable, so that's just to support the battery. I've got the tape on top, so let's whack it in. Let's see what's going to go. See how it's going to look. So before I carry on, still sitting at 12.2, goes to 12.3 at a push. Ooh. And let's whack it on the new battery, and we should have a nice handsome bit of voltage coming through. There we go, we're at 13. Hell of a lot of difference to the 12.3 that we had. Just going to tuck all the rest of the wiring away, and we're going to whack that battery in and go for the fire up. So just got to try and squeeze all the zip ties down the back. Almost thought I needed 3 hands to get this in and done, but I did manage to get them both through eventually. Bear with me. As you can see, it has created a nice bit of cushion, so it shouldn't be rubbing through the top there. And it's thick enough to take a bit of a wobble, that tape, so I've got to whack the little 10 mils underneath, because the battery that I ordered didn't come with the thread on the lead. It's just by 2 independent bolts instead, so I whack these in. And with that in, terminals on, I'm going to go for the start up. Dash is doing what it's supposed to be doing now. Let's see how we go. Just going to have a little play with the chokes. It did splutter, so I'm not even going to check what fuel we've got coming through. I'm not going to check what spark we've got just yet. Again, all we're getting is a bit of a splitter. I'm just going to pop the HT lead off, see what's going on. The end of the plug still exists, it's all the right ends. I've not put a plug in it. All I'm going to do is make sure that's on and tight, and we'll give it another go. The more I try and start it, the more it's splittering away, so I think it is just air related or a bit of playing with that choke. Not been started for 18 months, so maybe the carb was dry at this point, I'm not too sure, but we were just carrying on going. Starter seemed like it was jamming. I don't know if that was the voltage drop in the battery there, I'm not too sure, but it soon freed itself up. So before I fry this battery, I just thought I'd whack the choke up fully and see what result that has. And as you can hear, he did fire up after the choke was extended that little bit extra. Don't know if I'd worked a bit of fuel into the carb, but either way, twisting that choke seemed to get it to fire up, so I was really happy with that. Sounds pretty healthy, no engine knocks, no nothing, so the assumption of the battery being the culprit was right. We've got it running. Battery was 26 quid, bike was 300, so we're at 326 so far. Still got to MOT it, hopefully nothing, no nasty surprises at MOT. So last but not least, I'm just going to pop the panels back on. Bike's still cold, so yeah, it's, I wouldn't say it's sluggish, but it could probably do with a nice warm up. Take the trusty bolt out that I popped in there so I don't lose it. On one for putting the bolts back in its place. Pop that little cover back on. Still wasn't quite happy because that was moving a bit too much. So I decided just to give it an extra little tweak, as I'm a master tech with the zip ties, and that did make things sit a bit more firmer in its place.